Greetings to everyone present there. I am Pradiv Singh of class 10th, studying in D.A.V Public School, Muzaffarpur, Bakhri. Today, I am here to represent my project for ATL Marathon 2021, and it is all about just of experience that we experience on a daily basis in the winter season and the rainy season. We all have driven through the fog every time in winter or with less visibility in rain. We all get annoyed with less visibility, which can be life threatening, many times causing deadly road accidents. So, I have acknowledged this problem while traveling to a wedding with my family, and we almost got derailed from the road due to less visibility, and we can't figure out the sharp turn came uh, to us. It let me think for a solution that can help in such of situations. So, by taking difference of HUD heads-up display of a fighter aircraft that is placed above its dashboard, giving up a sum of every information about the aircraft at the top of the dashboard to the pilot. So, in this uh, uh, in this device, I have used HUD technology and IR imaging and LiDAR imaging of road, which can help the rider to see through the fog or heavy rain, and inbuilt artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithm, which warns the driver about the incoming animals or pedestrians and vehicles with their estimated speed and projected trajectory, which can prevent many deaths of animals and road accidents. So, talking about its fundamental scientific principles in this device that I am using, let's go. Yeah. So coming over to the fundamental scientific principles that I am using in this device are first the infrared image. I've used eye-enabled camera and infrared sensor that will help us to penetrate and view through the fog. The system is inspired by the IRST sensor that are mounted on the nose of the fighter aircrafts. Due to its high wavelength, it makes us unable to see through the fog and low visibility cases in the heavy rain. Now second, that is LiDAR imaging. I have used LiDAR sensor that provide us the 3D image of the surrounding, which helps in creating and identifying the 3D models of the objects like animals, vehicles and pedestrians, which help us to distinguish between them and makes easy to the device or the machine to recognize between them and warn the driver. So yeah, here is the prototype when it looks after connecting all the sensors and encoded with the algorithms. It is look like this. It is connected with an Ethernet cable, an HDMI cable, and the power cable. The power cable provides the 15-watt energy to the Raspberry Pi. HDMI cable is using for the display output, and Ethernet cable to provide the internet connectivity. It can be done through Wi-Fi as well, but through SSH. So after setting it up, it will be easy. This is the code, and it is running as well. You can see the lights and all the algorithms working. Talking about the brain components that I have used, it is Raspberry Pi as the brain of the whole system. It is programmed with artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms. I enable camera as sensor, LiDAR sensor for 3D model reproducing sensor. I've used Python programming language and created user interface to be shown in the heads-up display with the front-end framework by AngularJS and backend support in correspondence with the Django framework that is coded in Python language to connect the MongoDB and the Python algorithms that is being encoded in the Raspberry Pi. So it creates a whole full stack application to be shown below. And here's all the connections that should be done either with the laptop or the display that is being used. Now we should head towards the functions and the standard features that are being offered by this device. So the first function is it can provide the image of the road through the fog and less visibility condition with the help of IR imaging and LiDAR imaging, which provides a perfect model of the road with the markings of road and lane detection. Then the AI and ML learning comes in machine learning comes into the play, and which marks the lane and get over all the information of the roads with the markings of the bump of potholes with correspondence with the API of Google Map, and about all the advert cities of the road with the warnings of sharp turn as well in the less visibility conditions. After being processed by the algorithm, which is here the code, it is look like this. Like on the left hand side, it is the output with correspondence of the API of Google Maps, and right side is the live feedings from the lidar sensor and the pre-processing machine learning algorithms. This helps in the seeing the adversities of the road, and this helps in the detection of the vehicles with their 3D models and the trajectory of the vehicles. Now coming over to the next feature, it is the LiDAR imaging, which helps in providing the 3D model of the road with the objects that are present on the road in real time. It helps in the detection of the animals, pedestrians, and it helps the algorithms so that they can detect animals, pedestrians, to warn the driver in any adverse conditions. Now, in correspondence with this feature, we have an additional feature, that is, it can detect the animals and pedestrians on the road with their estimated distance and speed from the vehicle. So it provides an edge over it for the driver. Now about the next feature that this device offers, which is foremost the one of the best, uh, that is, it can detect the incoming vehicles with the estimated speed and projected trajectory, which actually provides an extreme plus point on prevention of the accidents, as it warns the driver with their projected trajectory of the incoming vehicles if they are coming into the danger area. Actually, you are currently seeing the feedings after the processing of the image that I got. Now, what's the utility of this device? Actually, it can be mounted on the dashboard of the three-wheeler or four-wheeler as a display, and we are actually planning to make a helmet with the inbuilt display that is being used as a hologram for the two-wheelers. Actually, we have made this prototype, and we are using all the time with the laptop display. Haven't used the holographic or the OLED display for the final product, as we are planning to use for the three or four wheelers that will be mounted on its dashboard. But the prototype is 100% working with all the codes running in the backend, and providing all the features at its step. Here is the code lookup that controls all over the device. Here I have used five Python programs, and the my site folder is the Django folder for the backend and the front end that is being used. Here is the front end part that is being programmed in AngularJS framework. Differences. I would like to thank my father, as he helped me a lot because he was an ex IF personnel as well. DRDO and HL for their documentation, my guide teacher Mr. Rakesh Kumar sir, and at most Niti Ayog, as without their support in terms of India Lab by providing the equipments, I couldn't even believe that the plan can even execute.